Hey everyone, Paul here. Today we're going to be running over some tips for Bowser's Fury for new players. Let's go. There we go, diving straight in with tip number 1. If you see these blocks that were right here, the Bowser blocks, make sure you take a note of where they are, because when Bowser spawns and he gets angry, he's going to shoot some flames and they're going to break those blocks that are there. That's the only way that you can break those blocks. So make sure you take note of where they actually are. Tip number 2, sometimes you're going to see these question marks here. And if you're playing in docked mode, you can't just tap the screen. So what you've got to do is press R and you tilt the controller. You can see the little icon above Bowser Jr. That is sending Bowser Jr. to go and investigate, and I'm doing that, tilting the controller up and down, left and right, and holding the R button. So what you want to do is get back, so if we get back onto here, so we can see there, hold R and tilt the controller up, and it sends Bowser Jr. to go and investigate somewhere. That's giving us a fire flower, which leads us straight into tip number 3. Tip number 3, you can see right down in the bottom left hand corner, we can use the handy Bowser icon now to show us, but in that bottom left hand corner you can see the cat bell, mushroom, boomerang, fire flower and the tanuki leaf. Now if you press up on the D-pad you can choose between which one you want to get, and Bowser Jr. is going to give you one. So what you want to do is, if I go to fire flower and press the A button, it's going to shoot me a fire flower. If I press up on the D-pad and go to the cat, it's going to give me the cat. Now if you've already got a power up and you choose another one, the power up that you had does go back into stock. But see how I've got the fire flower selected there. If I go to cat and choose that now, what I can do, if I go, let me just take fire flower because I've got more fire flowers. Let's go and find an enemy. Let's go and take some damage. You can see that I've got fire flower selected. Let's go and see these two cat goombas. There we go. So I've just took damage. Now a quick way of doing that is hold up on the D-pad, and whichever one you've got selected, Bowser Jr. will throw to you straight away. So it's up on the D-pad, you can choose which one you want. And then when you've got that one, if you take damage, let's take damage as the cat Mario. There we go, we can get another cat costume by holding up. So the last tip for today is a bit trivial, but if you press the start button and go down to guides, press L and R and you can scroll through and you've got a full list of Mario's actions. Now I bet everyone watching this video has not read them, and if you've not read them you're missing out, because there's a few good moves here that Mario is capable of that not a lot of people know, and they are the rolling long jump and the mid-air roll. So let's do the rolling long jump. Join a roll, press B. So to do a roll, you hold either L2 or R2 to crouch, and then you press Y. And what you do is you do that and then you jump. And it's one of the fastest ways to move. And it's really accurate. Whereas if you do long jumps, sometimes you do a ground pound, sometimes you don't jump properly. It is quite slow. So hold L and R, hold L2, roll and then jump. Roll, jump, roll, jump. You can just keep hold of L2 or R2 or LZ and RZ, whatever they're called on the Joy-Cons. So you can see the difference here. These are the long jumps. So it took 3 long jumps to get there. Now if we go back, let's just take this guy out. If we go back and we do, so 3 long jump rolls got us to there. You do get a bit more distance and they are a bit quicker. So to do the jumping roll, jump and then press L2 and Y at the same time, and that gives you the jump. It just gives you a bit more height Damn you, Bowser. Just gives you a bit more height on the jump. So if you're doing a bit of... Ah, no! Let's hide. So if you're doing your precise platforming, it does give you something else to aim for there. It gives you another little move set. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little guide today. As I say, it is the first of many Super Mario 3D World tutorials, tips, tricks, ideas. If you're into this sort of stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Goodbye, Bowser, and we'll see you next time. As always, take care.